Hey everybody, Dan Sfair at www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com, where we discuss clinical trials in plain English. I wanted to talk to you today about a topic that's misunderstood sometimes in clinical trials, and that's going back to the general thought that clinical trials must involve some kind of experiment. There's something being experimented upon, there's some kind of research going on with the investigational product. And that's true for the most part, but there's a lot of studies, and I'll give you a good example, that do not involve much experimentation at all. They just involve data collection. And I have an example, and I'm going to be kind of careful so I don't give away the drug company or any confidential information like that. But there's a study, and this triggered my post today. There's a study that we're doing where, without getting into any trouble, I'm just going to kind of give you an idea of what it is. It's a phase 4 study, and they're testing whether this particular medication will help people with this particular indication. Okay, I mean, that's done all the time in clinical trials. What makes this one unique, and there's a lot of studies like this, by the way, but what makes this study far from being anything involving experiments or research or things like that, is if the study participant is not doing well on the study drug or does not tolerate the study drug well, they do not have to withdraw. They can continue on their regular medication that they were on before they started the study, and they still come into the study for regular study visits where they're getting their blood drawn, their EKG read, their vital signs. They're asked a lot of questions. How are you feeling? How are you doing? How was your mood last week? Things like that. But they're not taking the study drug. So if this person did not do well on the study drug, they can continue to be in the study and go back to the medication that they were on before they joined the study. And this is important to know, and this basically has nothing to do with any type of experiment, because the medication that this person was on before he got into the study is already out on the market. So basically what's going on now is the study participant is getting free medication, free labs and EKGs and follow-ups, and also he's getting paid for his time and travel for each visit. And the visits are frequent. They're at least once or twice a month. So this has nothing to do with experimenting anything. This is, there's nothing experimental going on here. And this person's going to be in a study for over a year. And when he tells his friends or family, hey, I'm in a clinical trial, they're going to say, oh, first thing they're going to think about is some kind of weird test being conducted or some kind of weird experiment going on in the lab. And really all he's doing is taking the medication that he was on before he got into the study. The medication's out there already on the market, and he's giving data to the site, such as how he's feeling, his mood, things like that. So, and he's getting free lab work, and we're on top of his healthcare better than he would otherwise be getting. So this is important, and people rarely even know that this is possible in clinical trials. They think lab rats and guinea pigs, and it's not always the case. There are studies like this, phase 4 studies, where the whole purpose is just to collect data, and if you don't like the study drug for whatever reason, or you're not doing well, or it's not working for you, you can remain in the study and take another medication that you're already on and that you're already doing well on, and you're still in a clinical trial. So there's nothing experimental about this, and hopefully this post can contribute somewhat to demystifying the clinical trial subject of clinical trials, and kind of shedding some light on the fact that these are not some weird research experiments that we're doing in the basement of a lab. This is just taking a regular medication, collecting data. We call it a clinical trial. Anyways, I gotta run, but www.theclinicaltrialsguru.com. Thanks a lot.